Yo, what is going on, everybody? I'm your host Biscuits and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be customizing the Ocelot XA-21. This is actually a removed vehicle. So you used to be able to purchase this from Legendary Motorsport for $2,375,000. Unfortunately, Rockstar did remove this car, so as far as being able to purchase this vehicle, you either have to wait until it becomes available at Luxury Autos or Simeon's dealership. Another way to purchase this vehicle is have a friend or someone you know that owns this car already meet you at the LS car meet, and then you can purchase an exact copy of their car. Let's go ahead and hop on in and get started. So let's go ahead and start off with the armor. We will go 100%. For the brakes, let's go race. For the front bumpers, we have a few different options here. So we got a primary painted, we've got a secondary painted, carbon, sport splitter, primary race, secondary race. Let's go with the carbon extender. Nothing too crazy, clean. I like it. On to the rear diffusers. We can remove the diffuser. We can go ahead and do a secondary painted lip diffuser. Very nice looking. A pass-through diffuser. A control diffuser. It's kind of hard to see. The open focus and the GT. Honestly, I kind of like this secondary painted lip diffuser. We're going to go with that one. Onto the engine, let's go ahead and go level 4. Onto the engine block. So it looks like we can actually change the color here. We can do primary, secondary, chrome, primary V12. I'm kind of confused why we're able to change the engine. V12, V8, I've never really seen that before, so that is a little interesting, but okay. So, okay, well, let's throw a V12. Let's go the secondary case custom V12 onto the engine cover. So it looks like it is the part right there that is behind the engine cover and in front of the active spoiler. So we got a streamline cover, square vent, secondary square vented arrow, so that's interesting. It actually adds some arrow vents right there in the very back, just above the rear wheels and the fenders. So we can go a secondary vented arrow, we can do a top vent streamline, secondary top vent arrow, and secondary. Let's go with this top vent arrow. That is a good look, and I also really like the intake vents on top of those fenders there. Definitely makes it a little bit more aggressive looking. Onto the exhaust. So this thing has a ginormous exhaust. So you can see it's that giant HDMI port. So we can do a chrome expansive, we can do a big bore, titanium, chrome tip, dual exit. The quad, that looks pretty nice. Do a triple, painted triple chrome cover. We got chrome quadrant exhaust, titanium quadrant, and chrome sectioned. We're going to go with the chrome quadrant exhaust. I don't even think there's a question. That is definitely the best looking. On to the grill. Do a chrome grill? Absolutely not. Carbon. Secondary. The rapid. Carbon rapid. Roadster. Carbon roadster. Got graded. Carbon graded. Chrome exposed. Carbon exposed. Secondary exposed. Combined chrome and combined carbon. Alright, I personally like the carbon graded. That is a very good look for this vehicle. Moving on to the hood, we can do a performance hood. We got a vented ram air, double vented carbon, scooped hood, stripe scooped, carbon scooped, invert air, convection hood, competition hood, way too much stuff going on that one, carbon competition, contention, again, too much stuff going on, and the carbon. Alright, so let's go with the performance hood on this one. I think it is a nice touch. Kind of complements the roof. So moving on to the horn. We're not going to really mess with that. I think the horn's fine. Let's see how the headlights look. Yep, those look okay. Probably not going for underglow on this. Onto the mirrors. We can do lightweight mirrors, which apparently the bottom half of them suddenly turn into black or carbon fiber. I can't really tell, and apparently they're lighter weight. We can do secondary lightweight and optimum carbon mirrors. So that's full carbon for the mirrors. Let's go with the lightweight. I think that's kind of a cool look. Onto the plate, let's go ahead and go yellow on black for this one. Respray we will come back to very last. And onto the roof, so we can do some vortex generators, secondary vortex, or carbon vortex. Not really feeling any of those options, so let's go ahead and leave those off. For the side skirts, we can do primary painted, secondary painted, carbon extender. We got street skirts, carbon street skirts, carbon skirts, and custom carbon race. So let's go for the carbon extender, matched up with the front lip option we went with. Suspension, let's go ahead and slam this thing all the way down. Transmission, we definitely want to throw on the race transmission. We definitely want a turbo. For the windows, let's go ahead and... I want to black them out because then we can't really see the that engine, the V12 apparently that we put in there. So let's go for a light smoke. Onto the wheels. Alright, for the wheels, we're going to go for this, the Forged Star. I think that is a very good look. Definitely like a mesh wheel style. Definitely complements the body. So we're definitely going to go with those. Those look very nice. As far as what color, let's just leave those stock for now until we figure out a respray. For the tires, we definitely want to have bulletproof. Tire smoke, we can come back to that if I really feel like doing that. So for the respray, so we have a primary. And we also have a secondary. So the secondary looks like it's the door handle accent on the side of the car there, as well as the diffuser option we went with. And we also have a trim color, which is obviously this interior red. So let's go back to the primary. Alright, so let's try this midnight silver for the primary paint. Onto the secondary. So I kind of like the way this silver looks on the secondary paint, so let's go ahead and throw that on. For the trim color, let's go ahead and match up to the secondary option we went with, which is silver. Okay, so it does not appear that silver is an option for the secondary, so let's go with whatever matches up the best, which I believe the rolled steel is a pretty close match. So let's go ahead and throw that on. This is starting to look very nice. Definitely love the monotone theme that we got going on. I mean, not every supercar in GTA Online needs to be a bright color, let's be real. So, on to the wheel color. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for the alloy. That is a very clean look. Alright, so that is everything. Let's go ahead and get this thing down to the ground. We can do a sound test and some first driving impressions. Alrighty, so we got the XA-21 outside. Let's go ahead and rev it up here and do that sound test. Nice. Definitely sounds very unique. I have heard that this is one of the best sounding cars in all of GTA Online. Now, I don't know if it is the best sounding car, but I would definitely put it in top 5, 100%. So let's go ahead and open up all the doors and get a closer look. So as we can see, here is the engine. It is in the back of the car, as most supercars are. Very nice. The gull wing doors are a very nice touch. That is sick. Here's the interior. Some nice looking racing seats. Very nice. I love the carbon fiber door seals, as you can see right there. Also got the frunk. Put the groceries in there. Very nice. Definitely love the wheels that we went with. Very, very good design. It fits this vehicle pretty much perfectly. Here's the driver's seat. So 3 pedals. So apparently this thing is a stick shift. Very interesting. It's too bad Rockstar doesn't add in any animations of actually shifting gears for the manual transmission cars. Maybe we'll see that for GTA 6. But yeah, overall, pretty good looking car. Let's go ahead and do that first driving impression and see how she does. Alright, so first things first, let's double check the drivetrain. Alright, so this car is all-wheel drive. That is definitely going to aid in handling as well as acceleration off the line. So I will say, I don't know if you guys noticed when I was customizing, there was no spoiler option. And that's not a big deal because as you can see, this car does have an active spoiler. There, just raised up. So that's nice, it has an active spoiler. So yeah, engine sounds great. It kind of sounds like a muscle car, but like a super muscle car. So maybe like a Ford GT, I would say. Alright, let's go ahead and do a brake test. Let's get up some speed here. Okay, pretty good brakes. I am impressed with how fast that stopped. Honestly, acceleration is actually pretty good too. For this being a non-HSW vehicle, this acceleration is actually pretty decent. I'm impressed. I think this car would actually do decent in a race for supercars, so not bad. Handling is better than I expected. I understand what all the hype is about. I mean, I always see YouTubers talking about this car and how it's so great, and I never really thought anything too much of it because it just kind of looked okay to me. But now after driving it, I can kind of start to see why everyone raves about this car. The sound is definitely unique. The handling is very good. Acceleration is good as well. Top speed, not bad. Yeah, really not anything bad to say about this car, except for maybe the price. I mean, almost $2.4 million. It's a little pricey for what you're getting, especially by today's GTA standards. I mean, no armor, no bulletproof windows, no missile lock-on jammer. You're literally just getting a supercar for just under 2.4 million and not much else, so. Alright, well that is pretty much going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like. And also, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Overall, the Ocelot XA-21 is a pretty good supercar in GTA Online. I would say I recommend it, but maybe wait till it goes on sale. I mean, I know you're kind of limited on options as far as buying this thing now since it has been removed. But, you know, Rockstar does rotate cars out from Simeon's and luxury autos constantly, so if you're really looking for this car and you want to get it, just be patient. It'll come back around. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.